Now when you log into your Canva app, you are going to see this. Now the first thing you will do is to click on your plus sign. Now when you click on your plus sign, you see this. Now click on custom size, then you can pick 1080 times 1080 as width and height. So after doing that, just click on create new designs. Now you are going to get something like this. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is to change our background, and to change our background, just click on this color here. Click on it. You see a list of colors that you can pick, but if your color, the color you want, is not among them, you click on this, click on the plus, and then just use, with the help of this button, take your hand till you are satisfied with the particular type of color you are getting. So I'm okay with this particular color, okay with this one. So note where my hand is. Okay, let me do it again. Okay, note where my hand is. All right, so after getting this color, I'm just going to drag this down like this. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do, I'll click on this stuff, this cancel button, and cancel this. Now we have our menu where we can pick whatever we want. You have text, gallery, blah blah blah. So we are going to be using this stuff, and I'm going to explain how to use them as we go. Now the next thing I want us to do is to write our text, and to write our text, we'll click on text, and I'll click on heading, and I'm going to write Daniels. Okay, so after writing this, let's take it to this place. I want to pick a font for it, so I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on font. Now if your font show like this, all you just need to do is to click here, so that everything will pop out. Something like this will pop out. Okay, so the font we are going to use is this particular font called Atom. Now if you did not see this font while designing your own, all you just need to do, let's say you did not see the font, all you just need to do is to write the name of the font here, so you search for it, so you see it. Okay, so this is the font we use. So I'll bring it in like this, and I'm going to increase the size to something like this. Now the next thing I want to do, watch me, I'm going to come to color. I'll pick my color, I'll go to my plus, and then I'll take this little ball, I'm going to take it to a dark, should I say dark red? Yeah, dark red. So something like this. So I've gotten this is the color I want to use. Okay, so the next thing I will do, you see this particular thing, I'm going to click this stuff to copy it. I'll copy it, is not to, so I'm going to double click it, and I'm going to write beauty world in capital letter. Okay, so this is it. So this one is big, I don't want it big, So with the help of this, I'm going to reduce the size to something like this and place it there like that. Okay, now the next thing I want to do, watch me, the next thing I want to do, I'll click on this cancel so my menu will be revealed to me again. Then I'll come to my element. I'll click on element and I'm going to click on this square shape here. Now I'll click on it and then I'm getting something like this. Now watch what I'll do. I'll take this square shape here. I'll increase the size a bit. I'm going to use the help of this to increase the length a bit, and I'm going to use this to reduce so I'm reducing it to something like this, and I'll carry this beauty board, put it aside first. I'll put it aside first and I'm going to use this and take this one to this place. The Daniel and the square is too close and we don't want it to be like that, so I'm just going to scroll. I'm going to scroll and I'm going to look for this stuff. It's called nudge. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to click on this and use it to move it down a bit. As you can see, it's moving little by little. Okay, now this beauty wood, I'll change the color to white color and I'll use the help of this. I'll move it into this place like this. Okay, now after doing that, I'll click on my cancel again. I'll click on my element again and I'm going to pick this particular one. I'm going to click on it. Now I'll bring it here like this. I will increase the size though. I'll increase the size and I'll click on line color. I'll change the color to this particular color here. And this is it. Now if you look at it, the line is crossing beauty world and we don't want that. So what do? I'll scroll to my right and I'll look for this position. I'll click on it and I'll take it backward. Okay, now we have something like this. Now the next thing I want to do, I want to write the list of things this business offers. So I'll press the cancel again and I'll click on my text and I'll click on this subheading. Click on it and then write the list of things this business does. Now I'm going to be using my symbol to write my bullet point. I'm going to using this symbol as my bullet point. So I'll write Gele dyeing. So I've written all my tests. I wrote them off camera though, because I didn't want us to waste time. I didn't want us to waste much time on this. So you have to write yours one by one. All right, so this is it. Now I'm going to use the help of this button. I'm going to reduce the size. I'll reduce the size to something like this and I'll place it here. Now if you notice, they are looking scattered, so I'll scroll and I'll scroll and I'll look for this B format. I'll click on it and then I'm going to choose this alignment so that it's going to arrange. So this is it. This is what we have at the end of the day. I'll reduce this further. Okay, so this is what we have at the end of the day. Now okay, I think I made a mistake here. Let me correct it. All right, so the next thing I want to do, I want to bring in my images. I want to bring in some images. So to do that, I want to bring it from my gallery. I'm going to click on gallery. I'll click on gallery. So this is my gallery. So I'm going to bring in my first image, which is this particular one. So my second image is this. I'm clicking all of them at the same time, and my third image is this. So I brought all of them in. Now I'm just going to, this is the first one I want to use. I'm just going to use the help of this and this. I'm going to reduce this. I want to turn it into a perfect square. Then after doing that, I will reduce the size to something like this. This is still too big, and I'll place it here like this. Okay, now we have something like this. Now watch what I will do when I click on it. I'll come to this place where we have style. I'll click on my style, and then I'm going to choose this border for it. I'll press the cancel button, and I'll see border color. I'll click on it and click white. That way we have white around it. Then I'm going to click on the second image, which is this particular image. I'll reduce it just the same way we reduced the first one. I'll bring it here like this, and I'll make sure it's the same size. Okay. Again, I'll look for style. I'll click on style. I'll click on this one. I'll go back. I'll click on border color. I'll click on white. Now the next thing I want to do, I'll repeat the same process for this one. I'm going to bring it here like this, and I'll reduce the size. I'll go to style. I'll click this one, and I'll click on border color, click on white, and then I have something like this at the end of the day. Now the next thing I want to do, I'll go to my element, and I'll click on this, click on shape. This is my shape. Then I'll bring it here like this, and I'll use the help of this. I'll drag the shape down to this place. I'll click on color, and I'll change the color to this brown color here. Now after changing it to the brown color, I'll scroll to my right, and watch what I will do. I'll click on position. I'll click on position, and I'm going to take it to back. This is to back. Okay. Now after taking it to back, we have this beautiful thing here. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I want to bring in my social media icons. So I'm going to click on gallery. I'll click on gallery, and these are the social media icons I want to bring in. So I'm just going to click on all of them and click on add to page. So I've done that. Now the next thing I want to do, I'm just going to be reducing their size one after the other. So I'll reduce the size of this and I'm going to bring it here like this. This one, I'll reduce the size and I'm going to take it here like this. Okay, so this one, I'll reduce the size and I'm going to take it here like this. I think the size is too small. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. I'm going to take it here like this. So at the end of the day, we have something like this. I think I need to arrange this properly. Now, the next thing I need to do is to write my text. So I'll click on text and I'll click on body and I'm just going to write any address here. Okay, so this is the address I'm using. I'm going to put it here like this. Now if you notice the size is still too big, I'm just going to click on this to adjust it. I'll click on font size and I'm going to use this to reduce it. Now I'll click on my color and make this white. Now if you notice the space between Edo State and the main address is too big, so I'm going to click on spacing and I'll use this line spacing and reduce the space to get something like this. Then I'll click on my B format because I don't want Edo State to be at the middle and I'll choose this alignment here. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. I'll place this one here and I'm going to click on it and use it to write my phone number. Okay, now the phone number one is small because we reduce the size of this first one, but let's take it to where it's supposed to be first. And I'll go to my size and I'll increase this phone number size a bit. I'm going to click on the first one again. I'll copy it. I'll still take it here like this, and for the text I am going to write Daniel's beauty world. So this is what we have at the end of the day. So I'm going to take it so that we align with this stuff. Now the next thing I want to do, I'll go to my gallery again. I want to bring in a rainbow that I used. Okay, so I'll go to my gallery, look for where the rainbow is, and this is it here. I'll click on add to page and this is the rainbow. I'm going to increase the size of this rainbow like this and I'll scroll. I'll look for position and I'm going to take it to back to get something like this. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do, I'll go to my element again and I'm going to click on this square here. Now after clicking on this square, I'm going to use the help of this button, this one, to turn the square into a very thin line, and I'm going to place the thin line under this stuff here So this is the thin line. I'm going to bring it here like this. Then I'm going to click on color, change my color to white. So we have something like this at the end of the day. Now after doing this design, the last thing we are going to do is to save it. So you click on this place to save your work.